Hey, welcome to another edition of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. I'm your host. I'm Larry, just sitting here chilling, relaxing, enjoying some of the good, sweeter things in life. And unfortunately, I'm all out of the sweeter things in life, but I enjoyed them while I had them. So that's a good thing. But anyway, this is the Gentleman Grachowski Show. And you know, TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Everything you need to know about the show. It's your kind of your main hub. It's social media. Everything we're doing there, tvhams.com is how you will find out about it. And I got something that I may disappoint some of you guys out there. Some of you, especially some of you green people, some of you urban people, let's come out and say it. It says here, growing pot is worse for the environment than mining coal. What? All you green people out there just probably dropped whatever you were drinking. It's probably some herbal tea or something like that. At least Colorado, where marijuana has been growing and been legally grown for years. A recent study from the Colorado State University indicates that greenhouse gas emissions from growing the herb account for 2.6 megatons of carbon dioxide equivalent gases a year. Coal mining accounts for 1.8 megatons of the same emissions. One researcher says that growing an ounce of dope is the same as burning 7 to 16 gallons of gasoline. Could you imagine if you, in this day and age, if you were to burn 7 to 18 gallons of gasoline, you know how much money you'd be burning? That's probably more than pot used to cost on the street, right? More than that little tiny bag used to cost, right? Because gas is about $4 a gallon now these days. So 7 times, that's a lot of money you'd be burning just checking that out here. The study indicates that the majority of the emissions comes from powering climate controlled systems and grow lights. So basically, you're taking you're using electricity to grow all this stuff, and the electricity is making a better carbon footprint than if you just lit the growing the coal, but mining the coal. So unfortunately, you're going green and you're smoking green, but unfortunately you're hurting the environment in the long run. At least go with the natural stuff. Go with the stuff that the guy in the corner sells you. That stuff's not made at home. It's come from south somewhere. I'm not sure where south. It's not coming from Graceland though. That's for certain. Elvis Presley's rare cherry red Hagstrom Viking 2 guitar is heading up to auction. You know, Elvis Presley. Would you want to own a piece of something that Elvis owned? I think that'd be something. If I had the money, I think I would love something that Elvis Presley owned, touched. You know, I would love to have his toilet, but I don't think that's for sale. But it says here the guitar has a ton of Elvis history attached to it. Not only was it the instrument that Elvis used during the musical comeback in 1968. But following his 7-year hiatus that he was making movies. But it was also on display at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, of all places. One of the few places I'd love to see that, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm sure they got a great gift shop there. But the winning bidder will get also a sheet music from the 1968 TV comeback that we're talking about moments ago. Krause Auctions, the group auctioning the guitar, anticipated it going from $750,000 to $1 million. Like, I don't know how he did that, but $1 million. Could you imagine that? What would you do? First thing, if you were able to get Elvis Presley's guitar and sheet music, mind you, what would you do with it? Would you play it? Would you sit there? Would you frame it? What would you do with it? I don't know. Would you want no one to touch it? You'd probably have to put it in some kind of glass, like a Elvis Presley guitar under glass or something like that, so no one touches it. You wouldn't want no one to even look at it. I'd say, no, don't look. You'll turn to stone. Speaking of stuff turning to stone here, could you imagine the look? Some little girl was sitting there. She wanted her an iPad from her mom and dad, and her mom and dad gave her an iPad. This, if looks can kill, it would be this. Look at this. She got the iPad she wanted. Not really. She got an iPad, but it's not the iPad she wanted. The poor little girl got an iPad, but that was not what she was anticipated when she opened up the box. I said, "Ooh, it's a mini. It's probably a mini." No good. because she could have asked for a lot worse things, I guess. But there you go, little girl. Enjoy it. Which eye you gonna pad? Interesting. And so especially with little kids, a lot of the kids these days, all they know about is what's in their phone, right? Let's take a look at this slide right here. I mean, this is something I think will get people's, especially children's attention. I think if this is a joke, obviously a cartoon, but if you were to really do something like this, I'm sure you would get more of the children's attention in school than the normally what they're doing, because everything's on their phone. Everything's on their phone. Well, you got a giant phone in front of them that might hold their attention span just a wee bit longer, and a wee bit longer before the boat where the Titanic, the boat sinks. You think if the Titanic was around now, or if smartphones were around back then, you think people would have been taking all the pictures as they're freezing to death in the water? Facebook Live, I'm dying in the Atlantic. Oh my gosh, where's Leonardo? I need him. Fortunately, it ain't gonna happen. But yeah, think about that. You think everybody would have taken a selfie back in was it 1918 or something like this, 1917, when that thing sunk? I think you think it might have sunk because the the captain, I was gonna say pilot. It's the captain. Maybe he was on Instagram when he was checking things out. Oh, they missed the iceberg. Oh, here it comes. Oh no, oh good. Okay, hey, but that's here nor there, I guess we'll so to speak. And speaking of here nor there, let's check out the Air and Space Museum. There it is, Air and Space. I kind of like it. There you go. Look at there's air and there's a lot of space. That's a beautiful museum. That's a perfect museum for the post COVID days. Just air and space. That's all. That's all it is. Air and space. And speaking of air, what do you think? Besides air and space, here's a couple of exhibits of the new wing of the Air and Space exhibit. This would be look at the air going into that empty tire, but the guy could have just pulled his car up to the side of that car. He didn't have to sit there and take the tire off. I don't know, I think he's smoking a little bit of that marijuana, that's carbon punishing marijuana there. I don't know. You would think you could just turn the car to the other side if you were worried that the cord wasn't going to get there far enough. So I don't know. And you got to stay cool when you're in your car. And one of the best ways to stay cool if you don't have air conditioning is, well, make your own air conditioning. That's right. Look at it. This is a genius. He decided, I don't have air conditioning. This is an old car, maybe. Maybe the air conditioning broke and he had to figure out a way to be creative. And look at that. That is creative. That's creativeness right there. Look at that guy. He's got the generator on top. He's keeping his car nice and cold. People are laughing at him, but guess what? He's staying cool. And that's all you want to do in his hot summer days is stay cool in the car. It might be a little noisy, but that's okay. You should see the subwoofers he's got in the back seat and in the trunk. You can't even hear that generator rolling. And then I want you to look at this picture real quick here. Speaking of the high score, 58. 20. So that guy driving down the street in his air conditioning, at least he'd get a lot further than the guy with no tire, that's for certain. But this one guy, 58 is his high score. Some joker's sitting here look here. 58 is high score. That's actually 58 miles per hour. That's just several miles, 30 miles or so, 33 miles beyond the speed limit. But I give the guy a lot of cojones for doing that, putting that bad boy together. It's sitting there driving. I like to sit there when I do see that thing in front of me, and I like to compare what my speedometer says to what the speed zone camera thing that tells you. So I'm always checking out. Sometimes I'll go faster, slower, just to see how close my car speedometer is to that of the law. And I'm usually pretty close. So that's pretty good. Unfortunately, I have the one that goes woo, 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 like that. If I don't have a digital one, that'd be nice to see the digital one. I can get the exact, speed, unfortunately. But that's pretty cool. So that's definitely something you wanna do as you're sitting there driving around. You want to test your speedometer, and the best way to do it. But I'll tell you, if you really want to see how cool you are, I think you should sit there and run definitely get out there and get out of the car, stop the car, run in front of that, and see how much in shape you really are. Maybe challenge people to races in front of those things. I think that would be even more fun to sit there and have everybody just running in front of it and marking to see how fast you're going. That'd be kind of cool. I think you would sit there and maybe have races. I think if I was a kid, I definitely would have done that. But even as an adult, I'd love to see how slow I run. How and if something's chasing me, if I would be able to run faster. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool just to sit there and get out there and run and show the real athlete I am, I guess, like that. Hey, but speaking of some athletes, nearly 30 elite athletes were injured, some fatally, during a 62-mile ultra marathon race in China. 62 miles. Oh my God. That should be against the law to have a marathon. That a marathon should be like 3 miles tops, not no 63 or 62 miles. That's way too long. There's too much more things you could be doing with your time, like laundry or taxes or something like that, than sitting there running 62 miles. Well, anyways, this event, known as the Huling Sing Shingling Mountain Marathon, started out on Saturday morning with the sunny, mild temperatures. What can go wrong, of course? Remember, it is China. But by midday, things took a turn for the worst. A freezing cold storm moved in, catching runners off guard and the ill-prepared. Realizing that the situation was turning deadly, a 1,200-person search party formed to locate the rescue these athletes. In total, 21 runners were dead by the end of the race. They never finished. Do they actually get an official what do they call it? Official time? As you can, as a people who are doing marathons, just to finish the marathon is what's important, not necessarily the time, but it is good to get a clock out time, I guess. But 21 runners died. So do they have to take the ambulance and cross the finish line before they bring them to the hospital? I mean, they're already dead. They just want to finish the event, right? They're training for years for this mountain event. You should, at least they can do is pass the finish line, I think. Anyways, they died from the harsh weather, and seven more were hospitalized with pneumonia and hyperthermia. Ooh, something definitely not for the weak at heart, of course, and or the weak at body also. Some Americans think they will survive 2 weeks in the wild. But these guys couldn't even survive a 62-mile marathon. I don't know, that would take me 2 weeks to do a 62-mile marathon, that's for certain. But according to a recent online survey conducted by the online poll, behalf of the avocado green mattresses, I never had an avocado mattress, but I'm sure it's very healthy and it's a good health. You get a good fat sleep, I guess. 17% of the respondents were very confident that they could start a fire with flint. Okay, I don't know, where would you get flint at? How do you start a flint fire? A flint fire? Can I get a flint fire started? I don't even know where I would go. Where do you get flint from that you could start a fire with? 14% were confident they can identify edible plants and berries. Okay, that I don't know what would be an edible plant, like a head of lettuce. What are you going to find an edible plant anywhere? Head of lettuce sitting there? I don't know. Berries, strawberries. Where are you going to be at? I don't know. Meanwhile, 35% were able to correctly identify poison ivy. Again, I don't know that either. I can't find flint to start a flint fire. I don't know where the head of lettuce is buried under the ground. And I definitely would probably stumble onto the poison ivy and probably try to eat that, and that probably wouldn't be a good thing. The survey also found that 2/3 of the respondents developed a greater appreciation of nature over the last year, saying it was the safest way to get out of the house during the pandemic. Which makes sense, though, right? Because you got to get out of the house, you got to do something, and you might as well go out and try to find some flint so you can start a fire. Keep warm. Along those lines. But you know what? Now that this pandemic is over, women, men, women, children of all ages are getting out there and they're just doing something different, right? They're living life. They're just enjoying themselves. And what more way to enjoy yourself and express yourself is to express your body, right? Everyone loves their body, right? So go out there and show your body to the world, ladies. Let's see how the ladies showed the body to the world. Oh my gosh, the ladies, yeah, they are. The ladies showing what you're working with. I wonder. Oops. Oh. Why don't they hit something that good? What was going on there? Did it, or was something drooping that far that it was hitting the windshields? I don't know. One of the two there. But anyways, the ladies they were out there. They were showing themselves. They were exposing themselves, and they a gaper's delay, and I guess it's some. You're gonna stop for something good, I guess. So that's exactly what happened, ladies. They had something good going on there. Or something was hitting the hitting the windshield. Boom! What was that? Oh no! Oh no! Go figure. Also, another old lady sitting out there expressing her inner Muppet, I guess you want to call it here. She's just sitting here minding her own business, and everyone come up to her and say, "Are you a Muppet?" Doesn't she look like a Muppet? Jim Henson's favorite Muppet right there, hanging out in the toilet area there. Muppet, I'm toilet lady or something like that. Man, toilet lady, yeah, you forgot to flush, yeah. Anyways, wash your hands. That's one of Jim Henson's favorite Muppets. Never made it to the big screen there. Too bad, unfortunately. I would love to have seen the toilet Muppet in action, sitting there wiping people's hands and stuff like that. Look at her, beautiful lady. And let's check out this thing right here. Speaking of the toilet, look at that. Is that a throne fit for a god? Huh? Isn't that awesome? That's even better. I would, you know what? I really want Elvis's throne. I really would love Elvis's toilet if I can get it. But this would probably be the next best thing. Would you say? I would really love Elvis's toilet. But if I can't get Elvis's toilet, this would be the next best thing. Look at this porcelain at its best. Pour some sugar on me on that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It does not get better. I'm sure. I'm sure that definitely be the envy of all. You get the envy of all the people in your on your block with that toilet, and if you get a squatty potty with that too, oh my gosh, that, and then get that little thing that shoots the water up. Oh my God, I'll never leave my bathroom. You get that toilet, the squatty potty, and that little fresh stream. I don't know, a good day or something like that they call it. I don't know, a good day. And that would be something. Hey, you want to come? I'm gonna sit on my toilet. Huh? That's how the guy would. That's what I would do. I'd sit there in line and say, hey, you want to sit on my toilet? Check it out. You'll love it. Anyway, so that's definitely a throne meant for. That's a guy's throne. That's a definitely a cool looking throne there. I'm gonna say definitely check that out. And I want you to check this out because you're gonna love this. If you love that last picture, dead people found in a cemetery. Oh my goodness. You believe that? Dead people. Dead people at a cemetery. What else would be at a cemetery but dead people? The world's oldest pet cemetery. That was a good movie with Herman Munster, I think. Pet Cemetery, right? Stephen King book. But it was unearthed in Egypt. Yes. Walk like an Egyptian. Nearly 2,000-year-old burial ground located along Egypt's Red Sea coast. I got some real estate there, some seaside real estate, the Red Sea coast. I got a Red Sea deck too. Held the complete remains of more than 500 cats, 3 dozen dogs, 15 monkeys, a fox, a falcon, and a partridge in a fair tree, according to Live Science. None of these animals were mummified, and there was no evidence of deliberate killing, as common in other Egyptian sacrificing to the gods, according to a study. So they let these they just basically took the animals and just threw them in the tomb. They didn't mummify them. It must have stunk, huh? Stunk to high heavens. A dead skunk in the middle of the road, stinking to high heaven. While the concept of pets was not known in the ancient world, lead researchers noted that the find reveals a noticeable desire of human beings to be in the company of animals. Stinking to high heaven. The burial site was discovered in 2011, and archaeologists are just so happy they found some dead skunks thinking in the Egyptian desert. TVHams.com is the official website of the Gentleman Grachowski Show. Everything you need to know about the show, you can find it there at tvhams.com. It's the main hub, and it's kind of the main way to kind of take a look and see what's really going on with the show. Finding things, everything you need to know about the show right there. Go to tvhams.com. There you go. That one, a Pulitzer right there. Dead people found in the cemetery. Okay, there you go. And this next picture, I guarantee, look at it and take a look at it, and then think. I'm gonna even be quiet. Take a look. What's going on with this picture? What's wrong with this picture? Take a look there. Look at that guy's legs. Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, that's a girl. Believe it or not, the guys and the girls, they switched heads for this picture. I don't know how they pulled that stunt off. That's actually the guy is sitting there with the red shirt on, and the girl has got the pants on. This picture looks like the guy is reaching over the girl and giving her a hug, but unfortunately, they switched heads. I don't know, was it done in Photoshop? I don't know, but you know, definitely kind of cool. It looks like that, at first glance, that guy's got some. He loves his skinny jeans, that's for certain. He must be one of them hipsters, I guess, like that. But yeah, unfortunately, that's they just switched heads, and maybe it was done in Photoshop. Well, that may be a little bit of an optical illusion or something along the lines, but this is definitely not an optical illusion. This is what those holes in the side of the pizza box is really about. It's for those cats to get involved and get themselves. Yeah, look at that. The kitty cats get themselves a little slice of pizza on the side. And that's how they do it. They don't like to go over the box. They like to go on the side of the box. So that's kind of what those little doors are for the kitty cat paws. And I don't care, kitty cat paws, and I don't care, or something along those lines. So that's definitely the kitty cats, and they want to get a taste of the pizza too. They like to help cut it. I think that's what they really do with it. But one thing that doesn't cut it, and that's this thing. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. How many times we got to tell you guys that there? Look at that. They even got notices now. It is considered bad manners and harmful to your taste buds to put ketchup on your hot dog within the city limits of Chicago. You know what? That's what I'm saying. You got to have mustard. You got to cut the mustard properly in the city, or definitely you may get a tax. They made the mustard tax or something like the ketchup tax. I think that's what the city council is putting it together. That they're going to tax you if you put ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago. You wait. You think I'm being funny? You wait and see. I think that those days are coming. The ketchup tax are coming. Believe me, they need the money. They need the revenue. They got to do something, and that's what they're going to do. The ketchup tax on the hot dogs, and I think that's definitely something to look forward to. Check this out. Something to look forward to now is this picture. And I don't know what more to say. It's people meat. What? Quality meats raised from people like you? What? What is that? That's like a Soylent Green or something along those lines. Is that people? Is that real people in those? It's people meat. It's people. I'm a little scared. I don't know if I'd want to eat that. Is that cannibalism coming back to us? I don't know. We might have the Donner Party. I think the Donner Party is the people that are they own that company. The Donner, brought to you by the Donner Party. Go to a Donner Party and have yourself a hamburger. This is what you're gonna get. It's gonna be people meat. To serve humans. Ooh, something along those lines. I don't know. I think I'm gonna stay away from that. They should have got a better human resources, or not human research and development going on with that company, because I don't like how that sounds. It's the people. Doesn't sound good to me. And this is definitely this next one. This you got to call. It's called spell check. Everybody, spell check. You look at it officially. Oh, imitation crab meat. Nope, that's not what it says. Look at it again. Intimidation crab meat. Get in here and buy me. Definitely, I need to be bought. Buy me now. Bought by intimidation. That crab meat. That's definitely what I think's happening there. Though. Times are rough, I think. And crabs gotta, if you're not buying the crab meat, they gotta intimidate you into buying it. Or, they got a big guy, they got a mean person standing there at the other end of the cooler. You're not gonna buy the crab meat? Why don't you want to buy the crab meat? What do you got against the crab meat? Why don't you buy some crab meat? That's definitely the days where you definitely want to stay home and definitely go to the Green Chef or something like that. Because definitely I'm scared. I'm definitely scared to definitely go to that supermarket, especially if they're going to intimidate me like that. I definitely don't want that. So you want to check that out? I don't. But let me tell you, what would really be intimidating is if that if that freezer decided to go out and there's no electricity, and could you imagine the stench you would have to go by if you walk by that thing? That definitely be intimidated. Woo, intimidated me to stay away from that section of the grocery store. That's for certain. I would need to be like the good Dr. Fauci here, wear multiple masks. That's right. I would need to wear these multiple masks here just to get away from the stench of some intimidating shellfish that was starting to decay on us. So definitely, I would. But that would be the way. I think that's what he was telling us about. Stay away from the intimidating crawfish, and get yourself a boxer mask and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to play golf or something. And then this guy will never play golf. Look at this guy, took it to an extreme. This guy, especially, he's inside of a car. I've always seen those people driving inside the car looking a little silly. And this guy, he doesn't take his safety for granted. That's for certain. He definitely he multiplies and multimaskers and multimasker or something along the lines. I think it's what those guys are called, the multimasker. Oh, he's a multi-masker. Oh, okay. I see where you're going. Okay, there you go. Use hand sanitizers by the door. And but you know what? If those masks were as good as they say they are, and they were as productive as they say they are, this would take care of global warming right there. Get rid of the carbon emissions right there. Just put the mask on the car, and there you go. Solves the problem right then and there. But listen, the important thing is all people working in restaurants and bars have to wear a mask. So definitely, this is what when they mean they have to wear a mask, and she's wearing her mask, right? Definitely. That's how I want to see it. I want your mask on, lady. I want to see your mask. I think that's what happened. You guys walked in there and says, "I don't see your mask." And these are some great things that are happening to people. These are the mask done right. This is definitely something I think we should, if we're going to bring the mask back, that's how they're going to come back, as accessories for women. Definitely. Look at that, huh? That's how I think I'd want my, I could bring the mask. I could live with mask if that's how we have to wear them from now on. Definitely wear them as definitely a protective barrier. Yes, definitely. I'm all in if that's what we're doing with the mask these days. I'm all in on that. But definitely, that's definitely I want to do that. But listen, I was trying to bring my own mask to the broadcast, and unfortunately, it people didn't catch on this. I was thinking about the TVHams mask, and no one really caught on. They said no, we're not. It's not. CDC just said no. I tried. I put my effort, 100% effort into it. Anyways, this is the Gentleman Grachowski Show. I hope you enjoyed this show. We'll be back next week. We'll get some more silly pictures and this or that, and you'll love it. I guarantee it. If not, 2 weeks from now, will be a better show. We'll love it. Have a good one. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Dead skunk in the middle of the road. Stinking to high heaven. Stinking to high heaven. Stinking to high heaven.